This is John Black, super chemist, here talking about how moms, normalize pedophilia on the internet. You can see the name of the video is called "The Predators Online Are Not Even Hiding It." This is from the comments section on YouTube. This woman is called Brett Cooper.
I accidentally found a child corn ring and have not been okay since. I've not wanted to make this post, but I need to make this post to let you all know what's going on. Recently, I started doing a series where I show the faces and names and what grown men are saying on children's posts across the internet. And I was tagged on a little girl's post who was 9 years old and lives in Ukraine. I went into the comment section to see what I knew I would unfortunately find, and it led me to a link, and that link led me to a site that specifically stated 5 to 17-year-olds. I was not prepared for what I found, and it was heartbreaking, and it messed me up pretty badly. I was able to do what I needed to be baseline okay the night I found this, and then the next morning had a complete breakdown.
I was making fun of this guy because it's like he's like a little woman or something, you know what I mean? It's not happening to him that he's so emotional about it or whatever, because I know there are millions of children being horribly, treated on every day, but I don't cry about it. But you know what? He's right, man. After you keep watching this stuff and seeing this stuff, it starts to grate at you, you know what I mean?
Spoke to the proper authorities and reported all the names and usernames and comments that I had found, along with the different links, because it was more than one. Since I started doing this series last year, I have been inundated with thousands of people sharing their traumatic stories with me. While I am incredibly grateful for the trust that many of you feel with me, this has been incredibly hard to sit and look at and process, and my sunshine has not been as bright recently. I feel an incredible amount of pressure to keep going and keep doing this, and I want to, and I will, but I need a break. I need a break from all of the trauma, especially as I sit in my own, as the ASA has come out. There are many things behind the scenes, offline, that I don't share with all of you for my own protection and for many of yours. And I just want to say thank you for being in this love army. Thank you for trusting me with your stories. Thank you for wanting to be a part of this global shift that we need, that has been long overdue. But right now I need to take a little bit of a break.
Not enough words to describe how awful that is, and the fact that we live in a world right now that protects people who engage in that behavior, that watch that kind of content, that we have allowed our society to get to a point where that is okay, where we ignore the warning signs, all of that. So obviously that stopped me in my tracks. And then
it's easy to know something bad is happening, but to look at it over and over again, it does take a toll.
Because this cannot be political anymore. This cannot be one side against the other talking about. This is an entire generation that we need to protect. And I feel like I'm making all these grandiose statements, but this is a huge freaking deal. Like, there's no other way to put it. Anyway, that is why this video stopped me in my tracks. And obviously, we need a little bit more context, so we're going to watch the video that sparked all of this and sparked that reaction from him. So this is in a similar format that he does his other videos, where he goes through, he finds, a child.
This is about a 9-year-old girl. Oh my God, so gorgeous, so pretty, so beautiful. I really like you so much, baby. That's apparently to a 9-year-old.
Child's post, and then he screenshots a disgusting creepo man.
Another 9-year-old. Hi, how are you, friend? This is from a grown man, I guess.
Man's comment flashes his name and his photo for everybody to see. So it's this.
Just an emoji of fire. We're talking about a 9-year-old girl now,
However, it's a porn site.
growing up nicely. So even though like this one, it can go either way. But watch what he, you could say, oh, the guy's just saying, blah blah blah. Just wait, there's more. So cute. See, again, it's kind of innocuous, but yeah, watch what he says because he's gonna follow these people around online and see what else they're doing.
So these are all of the men.
Looks like it's cold in that room. I don't know what the picture was. Maybe it was probably referring to nipples or something. Who knows?
Who led him to this site.
He's covering them up, a lot of these things, but you can imagine. Looks like it's in another language anyway.
Absolutely not.
I spent the morning reporting all these to the proper people. Now you can see on these, like, you got fire, obviously, and you got hearts with arrows in it, a smiley face with the two eyes are hearts, and again some more hearts. Like, who sends that? Who's a grown man and sends stuff like that? You know what I mean? That's not like, it's most beautiful. Now if he said most beautiful, you might be like, oh, maybe he's not, whatever. But then he adds these emojis with the hearts and the eyes pumping out in the heart. You know what I mean? And he's going to follow these people around. Let's see where he follows them to. Again, same type of stuff. Nice little apricots. I guess meaning, nipples or whatever.
I mean, it's disgusting. And I'm grateful he did not show the site or anything like that. So basically, like I said, he was doing his normal thing, going through, looking at all these comments, and these are the men who led him to this site where child pornography was. And obviously, I'm sure that is not the only site. There's so much, again, dark, disgusting.
Yeah, they all try to trade pictures, and they, like they're a group, you know what I mean? Different pedophile groups or whatever.
Awesome for what he does. Like, this is far from his first video. Like I said, this is a whole series. He exposes these predators, and it's probably his biggest expose because it's not just individual people, it is an entire site. And the comments were heartbreaking. Like, one girl, Nikki, said, "No one spoke up for me, please keep speaking." I think those are the comments he was talking about, because there were so many women saying, like, this happened to me, please keep going. Like, we need to change people's perspective about this. We need to spread awareness. And obviously, one thing that I think is important about, him and the work that he does is that he's not like some political guy. He's not a right-winger. He's gay, and, he is diligently going after these disgusting predators. And, like, that is how it should be. And so many people tried to paint this issue as it's just, conservatives and alt-right people going after the LGBTQ community. That's not what is actually happening. And that's not how it should be. This should not be a divisive issue. Everybody should be talking about this. This cannot be a left or right or gay or straight issue. And just like if a gay teacher is showing his students dildos, I'm going to have a freaking problem. If a straight teacher is showing his students dildos, we're also going to have a freaking problem. This is a video that Amala from PragerU did last week. She posted it.
Something so gross is happening on Instagram. Shout out to this creator for pointing it out. Do not put your kids on the internet. The creator that I mentioned noticed that she was getting videos like this on her Explore page of child models with millions of views and hundreds of thousands of likes. Upon looking into some of these accounts, I found that there are hundreds of them, and they are followed almost exclusively by grown men. Also, each of the accounts is engaging in promotion and commenting on other child model accounts. And when I tell you that there are hundreds of these, I mean there are hundreds of these. And the men who follow them are following hundreds, if not thousands, of other young girls and boys. Some of the men who follow these accounts are even in the comments asking to trade other child content that they have with other men who follow these accounts. Here are the accounts that one man is following, and this is barely anything considering he's following nearly 3,000. These online predators are very real and very active. Shame on the parents and adults who are exploiting their children to make these accounts. This is disgusting.
I mean, these people are sick. There's no other way to put it. This is the original video from the creator that Amala referenced.
This is so far from my usual content, but I couldn't go about my day without talking about this. So I went on my Explore page last night, and I noticed I started getting
baby videos, which I thought was weird because I don't have kids. I've never looked up a children's product or anything. So I refreshed my feed thinking it was an accident, and I kept getting these kid videos. So I went onto one of these pages and realized that it is full of videos of all these different kids with millions and millions of views. And in these videos, all the kids are dolled up with makeup on, filters. But what I found so odd is pretty much every audio to these videos is a sexual thirst trap sound. So I was like, who is the dynamic for these videos? How are they getting millions and millions of views? I decided to see who was commenting on these videos. Hundreds of shameless in the comments of these videos of pedophiles. Not only that, but when you go onto these men's profiles, they are following hundreds of these toddler accounts. These pages know about it and continue to post these children. Not only that,
it makes the
but
money.
look at some of the kids' faces in these videos. The kids in these videos do not look happy to be there. They look scared. There are thousands of these children accounts promoting and profiting off of literally in front of our faces. At this point, with audios like Tiger, Taste, and The Weeknd, cannot tell me these people aren't promoting this. These kids are in danger, and it's not only the people that are seeking them out anymore. They are literally promoting this on my Explore page. For the love of God, will people stop trying to make their babies Instagram famous?
I think that I see these types of comments on family TikTok accounts where they're just posting pictures of their babies, and maybe it's, their daughter, twirling in a dress, and it's a harmless, wholesome audio. Maybe the parents are laughing in the background. Like, that is...
But they're gonna, when they take your daughter's, niece's, whatever, picture, they might not have, they're gonna take it and they're gonna put some video on it so that it sounds like it's sexual. Okay.
That is still feeding into it. There are still creepos on your page saving the videos. Why is anybody saving a video of your child? Why? Why are so many grown men doing that? It is not just these accounts that are leaning into it. It is everywhere now. It's so dangerous. Somebody also commented and said, wait until you see the gymnastics accounts. So those made me want to delete everything. Disgusting. Like child gymnastics in the leotards? Absolutely not. Somebody else said, one thing I never hear people talk about is Pinterest is full of pedos. I am constantly followed by old men pitting children in bathing suits. It is sick. It is everywhere. When I say that this is a cultural, a broad social problem, this is what I mean. And, we can talk about, Hollywood and how they feed into it and, pedophile rings and that sort of thing. And obviously that is probably happening. I have not looked too much into it, but I know a lot of people believe that and talk about it. But I think the more important thing is that it is happening every single day on our phones, on our Explore pages, to people we know, to children we know. It's not just elites. This is like a ground up thing now. It's horrifying. The lesson here today is get your kids off the internet. Like, I'm not talking about the occasional post, when they're a baby or like a family photo. I'm not saying you need to hide them forever. I'm talking about the constant posting and parents turning their children into like mini social media brands and using them as like an accessory for clout. This world is sickening. It is not safe for children anymore, and social media just makes it worse. This is not a political left or right issue. This is literally for the sake of the next generation, who are already screwed because of the things going on in our culture and the fact that they are growing up in like a totally digital age with all of this polarization. They are already, not growing up at the best times. And with the addition of this, it's really scary. Like, stop excusing this grooming behavior, even if you think it's not that big of a deal and it's just one instance or something like that, and set online boundaries for your children. I cannot say that enough.
Any pictures on the internet that other people have access to, I don't know why people do this with their kids. There's someone out there that's going to take that picture and do stuff with it. Send it, give it to other pedophiles. Put some sexy music on it or whatever, sexualized music, and they're going to pass it around. Like, I don't really think like most humans. I wouldn't really give a crap if that happened. Like, my picture as a child was passed around or whatever. But I don't think that most humans are like that. I mean, but I do know this, that even me, if it was like my daughter or my niece or something like that, and I find out they got there's pictures being passed around by pedophiles or whatever for the rest of her life, that would upset me.